Welcome back to another episode of AJ Larkin Garage. Today we are chucking in a big meaty clutch into the FGX. So as you saw in previous video like a month or so ago, I fried it. We've just been limping it through. Don't worry about the wheels being off, that's next week's video, you won't see that till then. So we've got a nice extreme clutch from Australian Clutch Services. Thank you Auto One for hooking us up with this. They gave me a good price, they've looked after the freight, and they got it here really, really quick. So always got to thank them for that. So it is nice. It's different to what we put in the Boosty car one. That was a twin plate. This is only a single plate. It's an organic clutch instead of a ceramic clutch as well. So I'm hoping that being an organic clutch, it'll be a bit nicer to drive on the street, as I'm not going to be beating on it too hard, and it doesn't really need to be too strong. The power that we're looking at running is hopefully going to be within this thing's parameters. It should be. We've also got some ARP bolts, as always. ARP is the way to go, and a Mackie lock plate, flywheel lock plate. So you can get this on their website. I think we went through this last time when we did the BF clutch. So this plate will only work with ARP bolts because the other ones won't match the bolt diameter. So we've got that as well because we don't really want to be pulling it apart twice. Only thing I haven't got is a rear main seal because it's a brand new car, or near new. It shouldn't have anything wrong with the rear main. So yes, we'll start pulling the gearbox out, and that won't be done till tomorrow because we haven't got like torque wrenches and that. Alright, so for this one, because we've already done a clutch on the channel, I'm not going to go into it as in depth. I'm just going to do maybe pretty much what we did before, but a bit more streamlined. As like I said last time, drop out your starter, make sure your battery's disconnected, and then we're going to split it into two like we did. We just found it easier to take out this first ring, split the box and drop it down. It also helps you preventing hitting a sensor on the back of the head. On the barras there's a sensor. It's just a head temperature sensor, and they're common that you can hit it with the bell housing if you don't be careful. So we just find if we put it up in two separate bits, it might be more bolts to undo, but we save ourselves the drama of risking hitting that. We're also having a bit of dramas. I don't know if you can see that end of the world. Get our little light. Yeah, with the big exhaust on here, it's a bit of a drama trying to get that center bearing out. From memory, I think we had the same issue on the Boosty. Yeah, so it's just a big exhaust thing. Yeah, hopefully we only have to do this once, because after having to do it twice with Boosty, we're not going to want to do this again. So yeah, like I said, we're going to try and streamline this video as much as possible. And yeah, pretty much hopefully it's all sorted. I have locked in a tuning date as well. Tuning is locked in for the 9th of October. So I've got to get the clutch bedded in. If I would have done it again, I would have done the clutch first, then the exhaust, because it's running rear rich with that after we've got the bigger exhaust, so it's not probably the smartest thing to do. But I'm an idiot and I like to just go and not think about it. So we'll get it all together and just keep filming little things as we go, but obviously not as in depth. Alrighty, we've gotten the box out in two pieces like we said before. Now we'll just take off the rest of the bell housing. There it is. The mighty stock clutch of an XR6 Turbo. We'll pull it apart and show you. Hopefully it's cooked. If not, well, we could maybe keep it for a future project. Anyway, so we'll take off the rest of these bolts and pull the clutch out and have a gander at that. And then I'll go through with you guys concentric slave cylinder, which is what is in here. Well, not in here, and the other. What pushes on this bit, which is slightly different to what was on the Patrol. The Patrol had an external one. Concentric ones are on the inside. And I don't know if I went through it on the last video, but we'll go through it on this one regardless. Alrighty, time for a bit of show and tell. This is our new one that we came with the clutch kit. It's got a big big spring on it. I don't know what the spring's for. Well, obviously not. It's for to help it come back out again. The factory one hasn't got that. I've just cracked this line here because that's what you got to do. It's been a long day. So we'll get this all undone. And then we'll go through, you know, what it does, how to get it out and shit like that. Don't worry about all this stuff leaking out. We'll clean that up a bit later. Here's our 2 concentric slave cylinders. Now, factory ones, all plastic. Basically, you got a bearing in here, and that'll push against the fingers of our clutch, which I think we've gone over in the last video. But basically, when it's in the car, this is pushed down, and then what happens is when you put your foot on the clutch, this will open up and disengage the clutch. Ah. Oh. Okay, please don't hurt yourself. Okay, so when we're fitting this to our factory box, we've taken off this one, which is the shitty plastic rubbish. Now the kit came with this nice, delicious purple spacer plate, and it fits nicely just over here. The bolts will line up, because if you put this particular kit without that spacer on, it floats around. So we chuck our spacer plate on, chuck this on. Look at that, tremendous. So we'll quickly whack that in. It's not that hard to do. And then we'll just put all our other fittings back in. This kit that we got, it comes with everything from the clutch bolts, alignment tool, new spigot bearing. We've actually got a proper tool to do the spigot bearing this time, which is awesome. And it came with this, which is an extended bleeder. So we can whack this bad boy in here so it sticks out a lot further. On some of them, they stick in like here. As you can see, it doesn't stick out very far. You can get oil into everything. So I'm happy we got the extension housing. So we'll whack that in there, and we'll just reconnect everything up like it was before. So that into there, we'll whack that out. We'll tighten these down. I don't know the specific torque for these, but normally fairly firm. You don't want it to come off. We might even put a bit of Loctite on them too. Why not? Alright, so this kit also comes with the bolts to suit this extension housing, so make sure you use all of that. Use all the hardware. The only hardware we're not using is the flywheel bolts, because we've got ARP ones. But judging by the look of them, they look like they're ARP bolts anyway. But if I knew that, I probably wouldn't have got more ARP bolts. But anyway, got some for next time. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the old stuff out. Don't know how good this comes up on film. Wow. I don't know how good this comes up on camera, but you can sort of see the... Yeah. Yeah, you can sort of see it. It's cooked. It's cooked. So,
well, you can see where it's gone purple, and that's all the heat spots in it. So it was causing the slip. It wasn't actually the disc itself. It was the surface on the flywheel and the pressure plate.
Yeah, the disc isn't actually too bad. I mean, nothing compared to our new big beefy boy one. But yeah, I believe J-Dog wants this flywheel to throw, or he's going to get it machined and throw it into God's gift. We're not too sure what he's got planned there, but it's going to be something to do with horsepower related. So we'll get all of our new stuff out. Look at that. That is a nice bit of kit. It's got new dowels, new everything, so... Remember, remove protective coating before fitting, because they put nice oily shit on it so it doesn't go rusty. So get yourself some brake clean or some degreaser, clean it all down. That goes for your other part. This, your actual disc shouldn't have anything on it. But yeah, make sure you clean down all your shit here before you start assembling stuff, otherwise you're going to have slippage. Okay, well, time to start reassembling. Like I said, we've got to wait for J-Dog to get here with the torque wrench, because I don't have a torque wrench. Embarrassing, I know. But yes, we'll at least be able to start getting shit sorted to where it needs to go. Alright, we're back. We just went for a quick boost to pick up Jaden.
I'm myself here.
So, yes. Now, we've got the correct tool this time. Like I was saying before, we're going to get the spigot bearing out instead of munting it. I've lost the tool already. Brilliant. We're going to use that, so I'll do that. And now we've got a torque wrench. We can torque up our flywheel bolts and start putting it all back together. So for the first time ever, AJ Larkin Garage has the correct tool. Now I've got to figure out how to use the bloody thing.
It's not in the budget.
Not in the budget. You're not wrong there, mate. Okay. Make like pulling be doing.
No, you got no clutch for it. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, well, that only happens when you haven't got a gearbox in, friend. It's been, I get it, it's been a long night for you, mate. Is it working?
Then you gotta turn the handle part up there.
I should have read the instructions, if I'm honest. If I'm being 100% honest with us all here. Look at that. Look at that, mate. Ripper.
I hate it when you're using a bearing puller and then it just pulls the inner of the bearing out.
I think that's what's happening. Oh no, actually, I think we're making progress. Tremendous.
How much was that do? Oh no, it pulled the inner out.
Fuck.
That should work the same way if you had it.
Alright, got our new flywheel on. We've chucked on our lock plate and our ARP bolts. Done them up to spec. We've got a new spigot bearing. We used that tool. It worked great for pulling the inner race out. So I think
half job.
yeah, so we might have to practice to do that a bit better next time. We'll just fit this lock plate like we did on Boosty. So we're not going to really go into that too much. And it'll cut back to when we've got the clutch on. Tremendous.
Single plates for pussies.
So we chucked our single plate clutch in. It's looking very purple.
Power for a twin plate.
It's
I even got a purple one.
it's Barney coloured. So now we're going to chuck our bell housing on and then put the gearbox in two pieces like we have on everything else. And then yeah, we'll cut to that. It's getting really late and the boys are ready to go home.
Stop clutch painted.
Okay, we've got starter motor back in, gearbox is in, Connor's back there finishing up the drive shaft. We're about to connect the clutch and bleed all that up. The clutch line and all the other stuff, so we'll bleed all that up and then we'll be sweet to go. Welcome back, good morning. We were up till about 2 o'clock in the morning finishing off the clutch. We had a few other things to do, but now it's all done. Down on the ground. We are going to take it for a test drive. I can't remember what I filmed, what I didn't film, so if this video is a little bit short, I am sorry. But if you do have any questions about clutch installations, just check out the other video that we have that'll, hopefully I will link it in the end of the video for you guys to watch. So yes, it's all done, interior's back together, clutch is all happy. I'm going to have to bed this in over the next few weeks because, like I said, we are trying to hit that deadline of the 9th of October at the dyno, and I'll be taking you guys with me. I'm not sure if I'll be able to film inside the dyno shop, but either way, I'll still film picking it up, reaction video, all the other stuff. So now wifey's going to be driving this to work for a little bit. Yeah, just to bed that clutch in because she's a really sensible driver. I can't control myself, plus I have a work ute, so I don't really need to drive it. But yeah, that's all we got, unfortunately. So thanks for watching, like, subscribe. Huge thank you to Auto One for helping us out with the clutch and everything that we do on this channel they are helping us out with. So yes, thank yous, see yous later.